Welcome to today's podcast. We want to welcome all of our viewers around the world. And of course, today we have our special guest. Special guest will be stand by. And then, of course, this is TD Studio Hub. We're broadcasting live from our studio. Of course, today we have very important topic, which the universal is coming. The true life story from our guest who is going to be speaking today. I'll inspire you and then make you to understand the real life story, not make up story. It's going to be real life. Okay? So stand, relax, and enjoy the podcast today. And let me first and foremost introduce our special guest. His name is Honorable Vincent Gozie Achi-Mobosi. Vincent Gozie is a very dear person whom I have come to know for decades. So he's one of the reliable, one of the trusted, and anytime I want to do something very important, I will call him. My name is Nwali Tochukwu, and of course today I have Mr. Mike on my side, and I want to introduce a very phenomenal guest by name Vincent Gozie Mobosi. Vincent Gozie is an entrepreneur. He's a manager in one of the global brands in Germany. He's a philanthropist, and he has over 20 years of international experience. He has lived in Qatar. He has lived also in Dubai. And now he's residing in Germany with his family, beloved family. Welcome, Mr. Gozie. We're delighted to have you. And of course, by my left, my co-host, Mr. Pekio, over to you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I hope so. Welcome today. We are so excited to have to this conversation with you as one of the pioneer guests that we've been having on our studio. So one thing that interests me about other people say is the fact that he's a great entrepreneur and he has built companies in Nigeria, worked across multiple countries like Qatar, Dubai, and Germany, and already served as a leading European hotels brands like Novotel, Egypt, and Budget Hotel. So it's good to have you with us. Whatever people say, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Before we go ahead, Honorable Gozie, can you introduce yourself more to those who are listening right now? Your fans, of course, your followers, your families, your business associates, colleagues at work. Maybe that will also give them, those that are watching us live today, and those going through a lot of stuff in life, they could be able to inspire by your story. So we want to start first by introducing yourself, sir. Thank you.
All right. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit busy, but I just have to give you this attention because it's a privilege to be with you guys today, and I'm very happy to be with you. And I love what you guys have done. First of all, to my special shout out to my special friend, Friday Nwali, known for so many years now. I started for very long time, over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, personally, my name is Gozie Vincent Achi-Mobosi, and I'm a philanthropist. That's the first thing, because that is where God has used to raise me. Secondly, I studied computer science, BSc computer science, and I have a doctorate degree. And I've worked in different organizations and have a number of companies under my displeasure. I've lived my life all over the world. He mentioned few, but he doesn't know I've gone beyond that. I think I started my journey from Nigeria, from a very humble background, but my background is like my parents love education and they strive for all of us to be educated. The struggle was intense as the last child of my parents, and we had a breadwinner, late doctor, so my late brother, the late Dr. Achi-Mobosi, was a medical doctor and he was so successful. And we thought we have gotten somebody like a king in the house. And suddenly, Stephen Fugos was one of the worst days of our life. He died. He had an accident, him and the driver, and they died. And that was, we thought we lost it all, but God never allowed us to cry. God gave us a mind that if he succeeded, then we can do it. Then I started my life. I remember I was doing mass mentor 2 when this incident occurred. The last, but I never gave up. I it was like a dream, but I'm not seeing it in reality. The next morning I tried to call his number, it's not coming. So I said my eldest brother called us, a meeting and told us, I don't forget the song he sang. He said, "Bright summer day goes by, everything passes away. I have nobody to comfort my soul. I better pardon my own king." So he didn't know that's the last phrase made a lot of sense to me. I better pardon my own king. So it was not done on me that I have my life to pursue, I have a destiny, and I have a goal to strive. So that is how it was started. So I said to myself, Vincent, you are not a failure. Your labor debt cannot be an obstacle for you to succeed. So rise up and move. From then, I stopped calling my parents about school fees. I felt like calling my father was going to be more hurting to me. My father died 4 years after my late brother died because we couldn't hold it. My father died at 65. Just because of that, my late brother death. My father didn't really. Yeah, my father loved all the children, but he felt like this one was it was his time in the house. So that's how I started my life. Started struggling on my own. I stopped calling my parents. I said, no, forget about your school. My school fees, I'm going to take care of myself. I started from making phone calls. I had people that were doing phone calls. From there, I started making photocopies in the school. I was very active in unionism. That's how I did. And from there, I graduated from the school, and God being so kind, I got a lot of opportunities, because people saw the potential in me that I was so smart, and I knew what I wanted. A lot of my lecturers were telling me, "Vincent, move." I got a job offer with Skybank. Mr. Juice was we work in each channels. He told me, "Vincent, I see your potential in you. You have more life to live. You can move." When I told him, okay, I had a travel plan, he said, "Good for you. If you get it, then you have to move." From there, I started my journey with my immediate brother to Qatar. That was our first destination. We go to Qatar, and it was like everything again is blocked, because when we got to Qatar, there are a lot of we are less than 20 Nigerians, if I'm not mistaken. The first person I met was black man. Then if we come up from our hotel rooms, we couldn't see any black. So we started tracing the church. Here is the Anglican. We started asking inquiries. Where is there church in this country? People are asking. A lot of church, they don't know. They don't know the tax. They don't know. So luckily, we got a Filipino lady in the hotel. She told us, make a great hotel. I don't forget that hotel. She told us, yeah, there's really called Abu Hamon. Their churches, they could have major commissions from churches there. That's how we now got the tax. We said, okay, please take us to this Abu Hamon. We checked out that day. And that's how they took us to the church, Redeemed Church. We got there, and God used two young men, Yomi and I don't remember that, but I remember one is Yomi and Sake. That's what they call it, Sheke. Two of them told us, young men, there are a lot of Nigerians here, and you guys are coming with the wrong visa. This visa is not going to be easy for you guys, but let's try. I said, let's try. Sorry. And that's how his struggles continued, and they found a place for us to clear our head first. Because then, if you are accompanying somebody without a register, you are in trouble. So nobody was willing to accommodate us. We started from there again. Somebody will reach his documents, registered us, got us a house where they call industrial area. Like a dead zone. I know why we are living in Lagos, we said we are going to a jugular. We are forgotten people. But this zeal is not, the spirit in us said, no, in this country, we will make it. Though the document was a problem. But, God being God, one thing I always tell people, God is the ultimate. Really, when I see myself as a man God has helped. I'm not seeing myself like I did it on my own. I see myself as his God that gave me a chance and wanted me to be a testimony to my generation. If you want to see a man God has been faithful to, if you want to see a man God has shown mercy, I am that man God has shown mercy. That is my story. I always tell anybody when it goes on, because nobody believes in people like us. Nobody believes. But then from there, we started, lo and behold, God into one of the next Sunday, they took us to one. They said there's one man, Pastor Marvelous, Machi, that is his name for the police state. That if we meet that man, okay. Luckily, we ran into the man. He took us to the sponsor, translate the story. Luckily, the sponsor instantly changed our visa status. That is how we got us. It was like we are the first, if not mistaken, because then we are very few who are self Qatar. We are not 50, up to 20 who came in. Then when I'm telling this story, we are not up to 50. So we know each other. We know ourselves. So luckily, the man just like me and my brother, he gave us the residence. That was the story. That was the game changer. In this life, you need two things. You need God and the man. Who hates you? According to the man, who hates you does not matter. The whole I see. God, the people that helped us, and that was how the story changed. My brother got a teaching job with the Chen child, for teaching the Chen child 2 hours, they were paying him in dollars. Then me, I was very strategic. Another thing in life, know what you want. Don't go for everything. Know your choice. Know your want to prepare. Know your passion. Very important. Luckily for me, I got my brother. I was like, oh, these guys are not sitting, but we kept moving. We didn't want to disclose what was going on that God has helped us. I wanted to show them the evidence. Suddenly, within 1 month, my brother was still teaching, so he was very good. He was making a lot of money, so I was very strategic. So we wanted to open it up. Take any job. I said no. I knew what I wanted. When I wanted to get a job, I got 3 jobs at the same time. I got Qatar Airways, for 40, and 1 travel agency. I got 3 jobs. I still like almost 4 or 5 months without working, but I was very strategic. I was studying, doing a lot of online courses. Then when I got a job, from there, it became a matter of choice. Yeah. I prayed and God told me, go to hospital. When I go to the company again, I was the first Christian, but for the Muslim, we are in the Muslim country then, and everything was, it's like we used to pray in the hall. They never knew I was a Christian. It was most of you they stopped praying in the hall. God being kind, I was a brother's marketing executive. I didn't know what happened. Something just came into my memory. Instead of going to marketing, why are you going to companies, going to share whatever brochure or whatever? Why can't you sit down and ask for all the company, because there's a book called Mahaba. You can get all the company details, all the company's details. That's how I got the company details, and I sent email to them. Within 2 months, I got my salary for the next 5 years. So it was like, stop working, just work from home. I got house, I got businesses. So that was the rise. I was after rising. And now, they made me marketing manager. American manager, they said, oh, I want to marketing manager. I went on holiday. They didn't do marketing manager, and there was some financial issues he did. I don't know. But that's who did the new marketing manager. Who are they going to know? I'm just like less than 5 months in the company. And people have been there 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, and I was just a young one. Then they said, no, Vincent is It's new, but look at it. The management said the most important thing that the talk about delivery. That job. So he's delivering, so give it to him. Allow the other million of it. But that was the big. I started having more enemies. At work, Nizar was one of my colleagues. We are too close. I don't have access to it. They're so close. Because for marketing executive together, we're always going to marketing issues. Suddenly it became my small, the people telling me the listen, I will never report to Vincent. I didn't do anything to it. Just that I got a position. And me, I was still young, I didn't know what to do. And I said, okay, don't report to me, no problem. Then they fought me. And that is how, within 2 years, I lost it. I made a lot of money, and I was forced to resign. So they forced my American boss to start, there was a lot of manipulation. Then me, they asked me, I have to resign. I was forced to resign. What for? Nothing. Just, they don't want to, But my father keep telling me, once you're light, anywhere you come in, it's going to shine. I didn't fight for anything. I left it, and I started again afresh. I started in tax. I have a long story. For being a marketing executive. Yeah? Want to say something?
No, listen to you.
Yeah.
For a marketing executive, now you're a taxi man. It was easy. I had a lot of people. Then I started dreaming about things. I started having this sight about what to do in Qatar. My brain was open. But when I lost the job, it was sudden. So I lost, they gave me a car, official car, the driver. I lost everything. Even the car they gave me for me to pay, I lost everything. Started from zero. Then I started doing taxi. During the process of doing taxi, that's how I stumbled onto somebody, and he just introduced me. Because being nice is good, and being very generous is good. I'm just telling you the truth. People should learn to be generous. One of the small boys, and don't commonize anybody. Anybody can help you. One of the first I helped, he was just a plumber. He's the one that connected me to rock engineering. Who the man? Oh, this guy is very good. The man just, he took me to the man, and the man liked him. He was very hard working like him. That's how Joshua is his name. He's in Canada now. That's how he said, no, sir, this guy. The man just saw me and liked me. The same day, the man gave me a jeep. Gave me a jeep and made me personal assistant. Now, that was when, and urban engineering, that was when I started having interest in construction. Normally, I was supposed to be in the office, but I always sneak out to go to the site. I was learning what they call the toolbox. I started reading safety courses. I started learning. I did OSHA, I did IOSH. I started learning about safety. I started learning about deep sea water, what they call it, square meter. So when I come to say, let's call me engineer, I was an engineer. Well, I was an engineer, but because of the quest for me, that is how I moved. I started learning about construction. So that gave birth to why I'm giving this line of story. What gave birth to significant international trade? Significant trade and transaction. So now, yes, from there, I started learning so many things about construction. Then again, from there, I started having this vision of opening mind. So a day in a dream, God brought significance. The name was just significance to me. He said, this is the name I'm going to, this is a signature I'm going to give to your name. So that is how I woke up from the dream and I wrote it down. Significant. What will happen to significant, I don't know. That is how I dream of coming to existence. So from there, I was how I started the dream and I opened significant trading. From there, I failed again. Because you cannot have you need a sponsor to open a company. When I opened the company, I made a lot of money because I was the second engineer to open a company in Qatar. I made a lot of money, and I was the new name, significant, everybody, significant. 90% of Nigerians that came to Qatar didn't know they worked in my company. 90%. So I made money, and from there I lost it again because the sponsor, my money. And during this process, during this period, I opened a branch in Dubai, and I opened a cargo company too. All of them under significant. I had significant Qatar, I had significant Dubai. And I had significant during all this time. I opened significant Qatar, Dubai, and Nigeria, all of them together. Suddenly, I lost significant the head company. I lost it to the sponsor because why? He was 51%, I was 49%. So that was another figure crash that I had in 2017. But as God might have it, God gave me a lot of options here. I came down to Europe, and I was able to open a business too in Italy. I tried it. It was not easy. At the stage, I almost went to the farm. That's why I thank God for the God of God. I went to beg the man, I want to go to the farm because I want to walk. I didn't get to walk. The man looked at me said, they will not give it. I was like, people that are document are giving it. Why can't I believe it? Man said, he didn't give me the job. I cried that day. I was like, no, what has happened? But I didn't know God had a better plan. So within 4 months of that incident, that's how I was called in Germany for another opportunity to take up the job. And I didn't take up the job as a manager. I took the job just normal. But the line is talked about again. Within 6 months, I was picked by my boss. That was how. Within 6 months, I am assistant supervisor. That's 1 year I became a supervisor. Within 2 years, I became assistant manager. Within 3 years, I became manager. Within the 6 years, I became senior manager. That's how God can do it still. And so I like to share my story to inspire younger ones.
Yes.
No matter what happens in life, don't give up your dream.
That's right.
I'm not yet where I want to be, but I am grateful to God for how far He has taken me.
Wow. Honorable Gozie's story is touching. In fact, tears is almost coming from my eyes. Listen, whoever is listening out there, especially the young people who are still struggling, or who are still trying and things are not connecting with the dots, listening to Honorable Gozie, I think you could pick up your life and then you could make it like what he said. Don't give up. Keep pushing. I don't want to. By 2 a.m. today, I suddenly woke up. And when I woke up, what came to my mind was how I came to know you, Mr. Gozie. The story came to me of my encounter with you. Most people who are listening to us today might not know who you are, but I want to share who you really is. To me, personally, it was around 2003 or 2004, I can't remember precisely, in the university days. So I came across him. We were normally casual friends. So but that day, I came to him. Then I was still, squatting. Then I came to him, I told him that I got a call. And the call, that was when Nokia 3310 was still the phone. Then they sent me a message that they are coming to Nigeria and they want to buy gold and they're coming from Europe. And he told me, am I sure it's real? And I said, yes. And they gave me that they have the gold, that I should go and source for gold in Nigeria. And I said, I do not have idea of how goods are being traded. It's not part of my business. And I showed him all the text messages and all the conversation. And then they're going to launch in Marriott or Stockholm Hotel along Airport Road. I want to share this story so that people who are watching us will understand this personality that we're talking about today. Because when he said he has the heart for humanity, human beings, he has passion for people, no matter where you're coming from, or no matter your background. So after I shared the story, he told me that he's going to call me because we're still in university days, very young. We don't know where life is going to take us to. The next day, he came back again to the school. So he told me that, am I sure what I'm saying? That he has money. Because those people needed me to pay for their hotel and also to send money to them. And I said he has this money he's saving for his trip. This trip that he's talking about today. It was his seed money. And they want to use it for the trip. And he don't want to put this money. And then at the end of the day, it will be for fraudulent people. And I said, I'm very sure. I told him, he looked at my eyes and I said, I'm very sure. Look at the communication. The hotel they'll say they're going to lodge. I know the hotel. So I am not sure based on the conversations and all that. And I'm the one that's going to lead the team, the delegates. So every transaction, they gave me the costing, everything. And how much we're going to make the sharing formula. And then the next day, the following day, he took me. He said, okay, let's go. We're going to the bank now. And I'm going to remove the money that all my saving to this project. But I don't want to lament or cry over this project. He took me to Victoria Island. Am I correct?
Yes.
It was in
QMS.
I still remember. UB.
Yeah, UB.
Yes, I still remember. We don't know from anywhere except the student. He took me there. He went to the manager. He offloaded his money into my bank account. I don't know whether it was cash or he transferred it. Because then there was nothing like online transfer. If you want to do banking, you have to come to the banking hall.
Cash, yeah.
It was cash. You gave me the money. Everything. He showed me his balance in front of the banking hall. He transferred the money. Around, I think it was should have 500 plus thousand.
Then God is very faithful.
Then now it should be about maybe 50 million because then Naira to
Naira was 80 something. They don't think it was up to 100.
Exactly. So he transferred the money into my account or gave me the cash. I took the cash to the people. We prayed because he's a faithful man, very humble, who's committed and a devout man. So we prayed over it and we left. I took that money to Ibadan. I handed the money to them. And then they told me that they're going to take me to where the gold is being manufactured in Ibadan. And then, of course, I noticed one thing that happened is they took me to the site. But the site has been a moribund site where gold is manufactured in Ibadan. It was a federal government moribund gold mining site. So I slept in one room in Ibadan. And then after that, when I realized this people's phone the following day, the phone got switched off. And then I had to come back to Lagos. And then I went to him. I told him that these people have taken that money. That they are fraudulent people. They could not answer my phone. The next time when I arrived in Lagos, I called them. They told me that they are watching me, that they are in Lagos already, that I should not call that number again. I cried like a baby. I came back to him the following day. I told him he was literally devastated. I can see tears coming from his eyes. He said, that is the money I plan to travel with. That is the money I gave you. You have finished my life. He said, no, what? You have finished my life. That was what he said. I'm going to start afresh again. He left me. Immediately he left me. And I felt like giving up on committing suicide. When I talk about Vincent, I realized how life could be. When he went to, we lost contact completely. Because anytime he remembered me, he remembered what I did. So we lost contact. But when he went to Qatar, he finally told me, one day he called me that he's already in Qatar. That everything that happened, we should leave it one side. That he will call me back again. He don't want to talk about it. And he said, he will call me back, but he's taking up his life back. Anybody watching us today, this man has touched my life, and he has sacrificed his saving for my life. So when I started this podcast with my co-host, Michael, I told him that I'm going to call Mr. Gozie, Vincent, to speak on this podcast. And I can read how you lost your dad, and then to your brother. And then I did not realize that what you're going through, when you saved money and you gave me the money, sacrificed everything. I want to say thank you for the sacrifice. We've not given up. We will not give up. But we continue to push. And I know it's not yet over, but I know that you're a multi-billionaire in the making. One day, when we all sit down with our families, and then we'll share the story of our life, of how we started together. And then today, those who are watching, this is the man to be. I know that one day he will be among the people, the first to reckon in Nigeria, because he started his life in Nigeria. He built some businesses in Nigeria. He moved to Qatar. He also started significant trading. And today, as we're speaking, we're going to be talking about that. He has multiple hotels and hospitals in Delta State. He has businesses running, and he's also a manager, a top manager, senior manager in Novotel Hotel in Germany. So the life the picture, the story, true life story you have shared to us, I've said so the tone of the conversation, because today's conversation is all about true life story that will inspire this generation, that will inspire our audience, your fans, who might not know you, those who have benefited from your philanthropy projects. And then, of course, you have shared the reality, the idea, how it all started, how you and your siblings managed to overcome the death. May the soul of your dad rest in peace, and of course, your brother.
Amen.
You will represent the name, of course, you're doing that. So I want to, what's the biggest challenge being a founder and the CEO in Nigeria, and also working as a manager? What are the challenges to face?
Basically, the first major point is, I use this word in capital letter, sincerity. This is what we lack basically in Africa. If you work with a white man, the first thing you will want to do is to raise your company to be associated. You will raise your company to be associated with you, that your success, him, is part of your success.
Right.
But in Nigeria, majority 99.9, they want to use your company to open theirs. That's the problem. A lot of people are very insincere, and that is the biggest challenge.
Everybody is trying to trample upon another person.
They see you as a big fish, they see this opportunity, we don't have a mindset of building. We only have this mindset of opportunity.
Right.
That's a very big minus from us. We don't like building, we just like opportunity. So when we only see people as opportunity. If I'm talking to the president now, I've met people, and I guess of God, I've met people. I've realized that great men don't like you to come disturbing them. Don't be a bum. Bring ideas to the table, they will support your dream. But Nigeria, they want to see it opportunity to eat, or opportunity to grab. I'm sorry to say, it's a real fact. That's why Africa is not growing. The day we start learning that if I'm working for somebody and it's paying me my salary, I should be
We lost our guests. Please stay tuned. We lost our guests, so we maybe on his own side we'll be back. And then just stay tuned while we're reconnecting. Thank you. The story he's sharing is very inspiring. True life story. In fact, those who are paying attention right now, those who are listening, please stay tuned. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like, share, comment, and of course, invite the friends, invite the family, join and connect with this podcast.
As our guest is solving the technical issue for this fact. His story has been very frustrating.
Very inspiring.
I will get it. So, but something a story that makes the meeting of as a book to motivate our youth and other business and other people that has passion to be successful.
Yes.
Life. So I've been a free life journey of this year. I know the connection with someone is so important story. I personally have heard this for the very first time, man. It really touched me. Yes. What I know some things about you that you shared with me personally. I heard about where I were duped, but I never knew it was attached to. I'm just hearing the full story today. So yes, I'm also inspired and I can tell you that this is a very good experience.
Absolutely. It's true story. I mean, sometimes when you see people moving, you come across people, you don't know their life, the background, you don't know what they have been through, and you just see them for the first time. So the story of life, that 2 a.m., it came to me, and it was not part of what I wanted to discuss about. But something said, do you focus the story of how you got to know Honorable? Did you realize what he did? I was shocked. I could not sleep for like 1 hour, thinking about the whole storyline. Somebody took me to the bank. He offloaded his money. Without any condition, no agreement, no contract, no action. He said, I believe your story. And I know if it worked well for you, it will work well for you. And I believe you are somebody who's focused. And I've watched you. And I know that you cannot do it. We ended up, we lost the money. We moved on. He still remembered me. He's connected me to different people. Anybody that calls for anything that has to do with my service, we say, meeting. That's it. Nothing. I've never one day given you anything. Whenever I want to discuss it, we say, leave it. Don't go worry about it. God has the reason for those things. That is Mr. Vincent for you. He's very passionate, very compassionate, very godly man. So any one of you, probably whom he has touched life, please touch your life. Please leave a comment. Share the story of Mr. Vincent. Let them hear that there are still good people in Nigeria. Let them know that all Nigerians are not crook. Not all Nigerians are dubious. He has influenced lives. He has touched lives, and he's still touching lives. Please, I leave to my co-host to take you on what do you have for him, because today he's a busy man. He's at work as we speak right now. So he just gave us this time so that people's life will be influenced positively. Those who are going through a lot of things will hear this story and trust God again. Over to you, Mr. Michael.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gozie, for this inspiring lecturing story. And one thing is that I really want to portray on what that story has been so inspiring and so touching. For this kind of person in this kind of 21st century,
right?
It's very, very
fair. Absolutely.
I want to ask a special guest. this power of humanity, how do you kind of combine it with you know your business success at the same time? You helping people and with your business experience for the combined.
Yes.
How do you manage to put together?
Right.
Okay, all right. For me, it's first it's inbuilt. I think I took it from my mom. I remember as a child growing up, I don't forget. I grew up in a suburb, a place in a suburb, place in Asaba called Stadium. We're living opposite the stadium, number 374 Nebisi Road. So it's a very popular spot. Everybody in the evening, people always come to our house to come and eat. My mom, she's ready to sacrifice her own food for others. So I think I took that part from her. I have this passion for humanity. I can't see somebody. I can't have a billion and people around me are suffering. I think it's just mentality. I think another thing in the world it's mentality issue. Because if you are rich, to me, what makes you a millionaire is making people around you millionaires.
Correct.
I don't want to be the only king among everyone. So that's even anywhere I am, even learn from my lifestyle. I try to give everybody equal opportunity to grow around me.
Right.
So I think that balances it. That's how I think it just imbued. I want to see people grow. I want to see people succeed. And I want to see people even better than me. I don't have any competition in life. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. So now let's move forward to your business in full, and I would want to know, we run the hospital, maternity home, and the trading company. How do you manage all together?
It's very tasking and demanding, but with the help of technology, most of the things I can see from my phone. Like the hospital, I can see what happened, the activities going on from my phone. I don't need to be there. And secondly, I have some good hands, but not all. I have some good hands that, in life, in business, as a businessman, the maternity, for example, and the hospital. I didn't open it for business purposes, for money making, no. It's just part of giving back to the society. These are the investment or the business, family business that I inherited from them. Like I inherited this passion, I inherited this love, I inherited this kind of zeal to help humanity. So I see it as this is a family business that I want to use to give back to the society.
What is the name of that hospital, the maternity?
The hospital is Significant International Hospital, and the maternity is Modern Maternity and Nursing Home.
Yes, we're hearing some noise at the background. Okay, much better now. So, can you call the name of the hospital again and the location?
Significant International Hospital. Can you hear me? Sorry, call it coming.
Yes, I know. We're taking
Significant International Hospital, Asaba.
Okay.
It's number 16, Prince Wani Street, off VLA, Asaba.
Okay. All right. We have here, Vicky, where do you come from? All right. Let's come and say hello to your brother. Come to the. Stop. Can you say hello to him? Oh, no, come to my friend solution. This is your sister. It's from Vincent.
Hello. Vicky. My name is Vincent. God bless you.
Yes. See.
It's good.
So Vicky is our technical staff for TD StudioHub. So that's how we don't know her from anywhere, but God brought her to TD StudioHub. And because of your story, because of how you have touched my life, I do not want to discriminate from race, language, tribe.
No, Mr. Friday, I think God, sorry for cutting you. God connected us for a reason. I told you.
Yes.
I remember I keep telling you that God connected us for a reason. Me losing that money, what if I didn't give you that money that time and I traveled and I died? What would have happened? The dream would have died.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are thinking, for every failure, there's a reason behind it.
Right.
For every failure, there's a reason behind it. Sometimes God wants to preserve us, but because we are human beings, we want our will. That's why in my life, I've always prayed, God, let your will be done. The will of God is not always sweet. Don't mind you. If you are thinking the will of God is always rosy, but if you are consistent and you pray to be always in His will, you will never regret it. I think that was just the point, because then the money was there. Yes. What if I've lost it to a scammer? So giving you that money was, yes, it was painful. It was very hurting, But I realized that later in life, I realized it. That was what I started looking for. That God brought you for a reason, and we have always been friends. And you have shown me that one thing I love about you is your humanity. You too have this heart for humanity. When things happen, you know how to be calm. Me, I'm not on the calm side. Sometimes I'm very tough, but I have this. I have the so-called empathy. I think that word, empathy.
Yeah.
When I see somebody passing through pain, I try to put myself in that person's shoe. So that's it.
Yeah, honestly, even it's the only thing we can talk about today. I think my days, like, good, the most beautiful day in my life. You know why? Because I've never shared this thing to anybody in the public. Never. Apart from my wife, probably my family. Never shared it to anybody. And for those who are paying attention, please do not forget those who have helped in life. Some of us, like he said, we think we are smart people on the face of it, especially we Nigerians. Unfortunately, we are not the smartest people. We're just being crook, bunch of some crook people that don't want to be patient in life. We need to be patient. Some of us are dreaming to travel overseas. He's already a senior manager in Germany. He has acquired his doctorate degree. He majored in computer engineering. Some of us have PhD. We are in Nigeria. Some of us are working in different organizations. And because of I'm paying attention to what we're saying today, we're not painting a picture. We are being real. We're saying our story, on the detailed story of our lives. He's sharing his story to you, young guys who are listening. He has this business in Nigeria, in other states. He's not making money. He shared the story of how much he spent on salaries alone, trying to pay for the hospital, pay for working for them. Sometimes they will have a patient who has no money to pay. And now, probably who needs some challenges or who are having health challenges. He will take care of them. I know some of you are listening. Is at work, and that's how you're getting some noise in the background. But that's the truth of how committed that is, how we challenge to share the story so that it inspires someone. So I just say that you're journey from Dubai to Italy to Germany. Share that, and it's shared to us. So some who are listening to you about your family background in Germany, Germany, your family, your children, your beautiful wife, so that they will hear the story and ask someone to say thank you.
Okay, but about my personal life.
Yes, sir.
I'm married to an European. She's African European anyway. She's originally from Kenya, and she's Italian by citizenship. The parents are Kenyan. They were born and brought up in Italy. And I have 4 kids. My first one is in university now. In fact, he's doing a mini job with me here. He's studying IT and economics in university here in Germany. Then I have 3 boys and a girl. And 2 of my sons are in football academy presently in Italy, and that is about my kids. I have twins. I have a boy and a girl. They are twins. And I have just 1 daughter. So regarding my transition from Dubai and Qatar, it was after the sponsor. I think it was the sponsorship thing. They have a sponsorship system. If you don't have it, if you want to open a company, they will be 51%. You are 49%. So it was when my sponsor hijacked my company from Qatar. I lost over 1 million euros.
Wow.
Over 1 million euros. That was 2017. I got depressed. I got weak. But destiny may have it. God gave me a second chance to relocate abroad because of my family. That's why again that is another pointer. In everything you do in life, please have in business strategy or what I've realized personally. For me now, most times I don't speak from business part of or point of view. I speak from my personal experience.
Correct.
My experience have taught me that in life, don't just have option A, option B. Have option A, B, C. It's very important. If A is not working, B is working. B is not working, C is working. So that you are not completely messed up, because life have a way of tumbling one. But when I show you, if you have A, B, C, before 3 of them will collapse, you will have find a way. Thank you. So sorry, because I am always a very busy man. I'm always busy, always. That's how it is.
No problem, sir. The options, for those who are listening here, you can hear it from here. You can listen to it. What I would do is, my co-host, there's something I want to do, which is very important. The life abroad. We'll take him on that so that we wrap up. Yes, life in abroad. Because a lot of people, I want to look at what is going on right now. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of African people, they want to relocate, what they call Japan. So
the Japan syndrome.
The Japan syndrome. I want him to take you on that because it's very, very important that they understand from the first-hand experience who is today the senior manager, the founder, the philanthropist, to hear from you. The advice I'm going to give our people back home. Those who are dreaming to relocate, for those already there, but they are confused. A lot of them have never traveled outside Nigeria shore. They found themselves in Europe, they found themselves in Canada, they found themselves in UK or US. Confused for the first time. That cultural shock, that environmental shock, everything strange to them. Please, over to you, Mike.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Gozie, thank you very much. Will you please share with us, the mindset, for a Nigerian that is passionate about relocating to Europe?
Yes.
Okay. Relocation is very good. Why I said it's good is it's because especially for the singles. Why I use that word singles, there is no future presently for the Nigerian youths in Nigeria presently. So I prefer these younger guys or the single guys to relocate. It's much easier. Because when you are relocating, you don't know what you're going to meet. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of factors. And not just relocating, what skills do you have? That's another thing. In our country, we are not trained that normally everybody wants to be educated. I think that's a plus for Nigerians. Almost 90% of Nigerians, I see everybody's many of them are educated.
Correct.
But we don't have any handwork, any trade. We don't have anything. Normally, the handcraft or these craftsmen make much money than even medical doctor. But for everybody wants to be medical doctor, a lawyer, a engineer. Engineer in what? Do you know the practical aspect of it? So I think younger ones, they should learn a trade anyhow. Even if it's a mechanic, tailor, anything. Just have a trade. You have something in your hand. So when you learn, you are not very messed up. A lot of people are like, okay, now I've seen you. What should I do for you? They don't know nothing. They say, I don't know anything. No, life is not about anything. Define what you want. If you say anything is anything. That's why a lot of them are frustrated. But if you have a craft, one, you can easily survive. Two, if you're coming with a visa, know that it's just for you to visit and go home. If this is because a lot of people believe that once I've gotten a visa, you just come abroad and it's the end. No. Then if you want to come and Jabba, have a plan B as well. That when you come, you already know what to do. A lot of them don't plan themselves. They don't know what to do. They don't know the process. Integration is very important. Number 3, don't come with a mindset that they pluck money from the tree. Nowhere. They don't pluck money anywhere. Mm-hmm. Another point, don't come with the mentality get rich quick. Mm-hmm. There's money abroad, but for you to get this money abroad, you have to integrate. That's the first point. A lot of the people are not ready to integrate. They just want to make this money. They just want to go into the system and start enjoying money. No, you must integrate, and that is what that leads them to crimes. If you want to really make money, there's no place that is more that you can make money in more than that country called Nigeria. Nigeria is still a virgin land. Believe me, anywhere I quote it, you can make the billion money that you need in Nigeria than anywhere else in this world. We don't pay taxes. Nigeria is so. What makes you a millionaire? If you want to become a millionaire, target 1 million people. And Nigeria, we are over 200 million. Target 1 million people that you can take 1 naira from. You are a millionaire. So if you can think, really, one day my son was asking me, Daddy, if you have been in Nigeria, I think by now I say yes, I would have been super rich. I know that. Friday, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You get? You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but let me interrupt you. For you to have 500 and something, because that day, I couldn't believe why you had that money in the first place. Because we're all students. Do you understand? We're all students. So what did he do to have that kind of money? Because I don't have it. Or he had it in the I didn't talk to the bank. First time I went to the bank.
I took it to the bank, I went to the manager and I said,
yes, exactly.
I don't forget that. I remember.
Yes, he said you should transfer this money. And they transferred the money. They were looking at him like a big man because I was a big man. You know. So
I've always been an entrepreneur.
He has been always.
I'm telling you, my son asked me that question one time we came to Nigeria. I told him, yeah, I would have been super rich. And believe me, God knows, really, Nigeria is a virgin land. There's money in that country. But the youth, they want easy way. And easy. For me, I just told you now, I was a student. Look at how I got that money, Mr. Friday. I was doing phone call, phone call. I was doing phone call. I had a MTN line. I paid for it. They were doing phone call. I was making photocopies in the school. I had a stand. I had 2 stands. One for phone call. I had a phone booth. I had a business center. I was a student and I had these things inside the school. So this thing was generating money for me. You see? And don't forget, I used to do modeling. That was the side one too. I was a model. I was doing TV, doing billboards. I was doing all those adverts. Those adverts too were part of the money I was making. And I was doing, if I see a fine girl, I say, let me snap a picture. Guess all this, I snap a picture, I take 100 naira. I take your 200. Guess like pictures.
So I had multiple streams of income.
Did you hear that? You know, I've never asked him this question. So I'm so happy that we have this.
I was doing meeting. I was doing a contribution with Ifayaba. I was doing a contribution. It was in Ladipo. They were doing Ladipo. Then, as of then, 10,000 every month with them. You know, 10,000 every month. I was doing two in that meeting. Two. I was doing two inside the meeting.
And I was in university. I do not know all of this. All right.
You see now, a lot of us were in school and I don't believe go to school and go home. You see, those times you're seeing me moving up and down in school, not sitting down in one place. I was coordinating business.
He doesn't have time to talk too long. Once I told him, he said, I don't want to hear the detail. Don't worry, I'll get back to it tomorrow. He just let me. This is, we will come back again.
No worry. Like I keep begging my son. I said, don't just go to school. Be useful. Look for something and be doing. Look for something to exchange to make money. You know, money is just a spirit. It's a paper that is spiritual. And it doesn't just come freely. You must give for you to get it. So what can you do? How do I encourage my children? Learn small little things. Even when sometimes I want to send them some message or for them to do some task, I say, who will do this task? I will give him this money. I don't want to teach them free money. I want them to be hardworking and to learn that money is an exchange. You don't get it freely. When you give something, either goods or services, then you get it in return.
Yeah, absolutely correct. We are going to, on the next episode, we're going to have entrepreneurial experience, because I discovered from today's podcast that I do not even know you very well. So please, we're going to have another one, please. Maybe.
No, don't worry. I'll be available because I need to share more light so people to listen. You know, my friends, a lot of people bought car there. They bought 2.2. All of them that bought 2.2, we are there today. The cars are dilapidated. The cars are messed up today.
Exactly.
You know, I remember there's one that was that one. He bought message said this when we were in school. The money he used to buy that message, if I use it on shares, I have shares, bro. I have shares. I'm telling you, I have shares. You know, so there's some things that, you know, as a youth, our first million, we always miss it. Me, I missed mine, though, because time I made money in Qatar, but I didn't miss completely. I was able to save the large sum, and that is the strategy that God has used to help me today.
Yeah. Please do not, when we don't not turn our invitation down, please. We need to make this a conversation whereby people will learn. You know, a lot of majority, like you said, 80%, if not, maybe correctly, statistically, of Nigerian youths, their morale is very down right now. Very down. So they need to be retweak and, you know, give them opportunity that they can make it. And they need to hear the real story of life. And they need somebody to direct them, to give them a kind of lead that they need right now. The whole system has been bastardized and badly. But I know that what we are doing right now, some of them who are watching it they will have redesigned their mindsets and believe that they can start all over again. And I want to thank you, sir, for this opportunity. So the next episode, we're going to be focusing on entrepreneurial, and then more stories, practical life stories that will help our audience and, of course, your followers and listeners. I know some of them might have connected or tuned in. We want to thank you and appreciate you, Honorable Dr. Gozie Vincent, Achi-Mobosi. We want to thank you and your family, your children, your twin. I hope one day we'll have them physical in our studio. I want to thank your wife, your beloved wife. Please send our regard to her. And also your colleagues at work. Please, thank you for this time. We really cherish it. and we do not take it for granted. For our viewers around the world, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like, to share, comment. This is a life-changing story from the philanthropist, founder, and the senior manager in Germany. Thank you, and do have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless.